and then I can post the notes. Actually, you don't have the notes posted. Are we good?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, good. All right, so when you're reading chapter 2, I particularly like pages 40 to 45 because it's looking at the role of government, and it says, I put, look at the role and structure of government. Most people, I'm having a little balance. This is my great artistic rendering of a balance. And the question is, does the government do too much or too little? And that's what's being discussed in chapter 2. And what is it going to depend on? Because it's an opinion. Yes, sir, Lance?
The needs of the country.
The needs of the country are going to be weighed. And is everybody going to agree on the problem or the needs of the country? No, because they will define those problems differently, right? Yes? So under President Clinton, there's a little case study that I'm going to ask you to pay particular attention to. It's a great one, of a line item veto. You should have all read this by now. You should be like, ooh, I know what the line item, who knows, what's the line item veto?
When they get a bill from Congress, they could, cross out maybe something that they don't like and still approve it
instead of throwing the whole bill out, right? Now, why it spoke about appropriations on a bill. What are appropriations? What's that? It's a fancy way to say it. If I appropriate something, I distribute it, yes? So a lot of times appropriations refer to like a little rider on a bill, like this bill is to finance the interstate highway in the state of going through Georgia and Alabama, okay? And then there's a little chunk of money, $25, $50 million set aside to help a museum that happens to be in Georgia. Right? So the line item veto would have given the president, Clinton signed it into law, the ability to slash out that appropriation, right? That extra $25 million, because it had nothing to do with the interstate highway that the bill was trying to give money to make repairs or improve. Does that make sense? The museum had no function other than some congressman just attached it to the bill, right? The line item veto was struck down by the Supreme Court, as you read. Right? So think of it in terms of this. All right? Think of it in terms of we can also change this as the government do too much or too little. Another balance we can put is where does power lie? Right? And that's what we're really looking at right now. So I wanted to do my drawing here with regard to power. And that balance of power, the scales that you've seen, time and time again, we have almost a three-way piece, right? So we can represent that differently if we have the president or right, we have the legislative and we have the judicial. And it doesn't work as a scale here, but the question of distribution is a problem. And then we